Thanks, Rahul, and Namaste, Gadkari ji. I think from my point of view, the way I look at this, it should have been a stimulus package for economic revival. And for me personally, I felt that the government ought to look at both supply, liquidity, and demand creation. I personally believe we have not created and we have not stimulated demand at all. My question to Gadkari ji is, why can't for a like say for just exempt everything from GST.
GST. We were collecting less than a lakh of 1 lakh crore per month of GST. Okay. For 6 months, this would be 6 lakh crores. Now, if you can actually boost demand by for a period of time saying we are going to exempt you from GST for a period of time, that would have kick-started the demand. Without demand, there's no point, just boosting supply. And that is my biggest concern. I think the stimulus package was good for agriculture, to a certain extent for MSMEs, and I'm glad that of course we also looked after the large part of the informal and labor sector, and I know Manrega also has had an additional 40,000 crores announced today. But remember, already Manrega had been slashed in the last budget, so this is just making up for that. So I personally believe infrastructure and GST, of course, is a big concern for me, saying, look, UK did away with VAT to stimulate demand. Why can't we think of more innovative things to get people to start spending?
Mr. Hiranandani, give us your broad sense of the package and what more you believe the government ought to be focusing on.
I think Majumdar Shaw has hit the nail on. The stimulus package which has been produced has definitely divided into three parts. The first part being the supply side, where I think a wonderful job has been done. Excellent, and I could not have probably done better. And I think that's a thing that the government needs to be complimented on and did a wonderful thing. Number two, I do feel also that the reform package, though I don't see how it is coincided with the COVID part of it, but I'm very happy with the fact that the reform package is already put on the table. And I think that's extremely important. The third part of it is the question of getting this liquidity over to the actual corporate entities which are there, which according to me is going to be a very big challenge. 8,50,000 crores plus of the banking system is lying with the Reserve Bank of India. Yes, the two fields of activity which Mr. after, which is SMEs as far as infrastructure on roads is concerned, I think has given a big boost, and I can rely and trust on him. We know him extremely well for his proactiveness in terms of infrastructure work and the commitment that he's talking about, 10 lakh crores of rupees of highways and roads to be done, and the amount given for MSMEs. But the demand side is certainly missing completely. And this is what I support. Even if we don't get 100% cut in GST, as has been asked, even if a 50% cut in GST for the next 6 months of it is done, I think a demand side incentive is required in the market in order to take up that part. The second part of it, which I feel is necessary to do, is the migrant labor. Yes, you're talking about giving money to it. I'm okay and fine, and I'm very happy that they have done it. I want them to stop allowing them to walk on the highways. Please arrange transport, whether it is trains or it is buses or it is cars or it is cycles or whatever it is. We don't want to see migrant workers there, and this discussion about disputes between states and center and BJP and non-BJP is a non-issue. I think we have to look after the people of India, not the polity. So we need to answer this question, get the train started, get the buses started. You can bring people from abroad by plane, but you can't bring them by train and by buses. So we need to answer that question forthwith. Along with the stimulus package, please look after my migrant labor. I don't want them walking 1,000 kilometers at all from today onwards.